Hello, friends. Dane here at Sit, Stay, and Play. It's been a minute. I've been busy and a little bit later this month getting a video out to you, but I had a topic coming up in my beginner classes or in phone calls, people talking about taking a beginner class. And the question is it too soon to start training my new puppy? You've gotten that new puppy, maybe 8, maybe 10, maybe 12 weeks old. Cute little bundle of joy, so much fun. Everybody's enjoying seeing and oohing and ahhing over your new puppy. And you begin to think, wonder when I should start training. So I reach out and ask the question, is it too soon to start training my puppy? And I got a really firm answer for you. The really firm answer is, no, you should have started yesterday. Okay, well, seriously, you could have started yesterday. It's never too soon to start training your new puppy. Take some time to get acclimated, get to know your dog. A couple of days maybe, but not a long time. You want to get on to training right away. I don't even do that though. I'm going to tell you the story of my last 2 dogs I brought into my house. They were puppies, little tiny things, cute as could be. Brought them in the front door, brought them through the house, took them out the back door, picked them up, and put them on top of the agility dog walk. And I had them walk back and forth across the top of that dog walk. To be exposed to something that was going to be an important part of their lives from the very first minutes that they walked in our house. Was I training them to agility? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. But I was exposing them to the thing that was going to be important. I wasn't making them climb up the ramp. I wasn't making them climb down the ramp, but I was getting them used to being up there on that apparatus. So training starts right from day one. In my book, I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want to delay. I don't want to risk building up bad habits that then have to be undone later on. The best way to fix a bad habit is to never develop it. And so you want your dog to understand what the right way of doing something is before they get in the habit of doing the wrong thing. There are limits. Recognize that. There are safety limits. Like I was mentioning before, I'm not going to teach my 10, 12-week-old puppy to do jumps or to climb up the A-frame or definitely not do the teeter or try to get them to go through the weed poles. There are safety considerations with a growing body. But I do want to expose them to everything that I can safely. I want them to begin to understand interacting with me and following my directions, even at the most basic level, starting from the very beginning. I don't want to let them get away with all kinds of havoc and then try to figure out why I have a dog who's always acting crazy when I could have stopped it by giving structure from the very start. Another limit is you need to set your expectations. Your expectations have to be really low for a new puppy. A new puppy, even the smartest, brightest, most well-bred, intelligent dog you could bring into your home, is still a puppy with a developing mind and developing body. And they're only going to learn the most basic skills at the beginning. And so you might get them to sit, but you're not going to get them to sit and stay for 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. They might not even sit and wait for 5 seconds while you put their food bowl down. But you can probably get them to sit right from day one. So manage your expectations. Make sure you're realistic for your dog's age and for what's going on. And there's another aspect to your expectations that's really important, and that is the response time from the dog and how much they can learn. How much is too much training time? Well, the bottom line with any dog for me is always leave them wanting more. If you're training something, your dog's really excited about doing it, stop before they get not excited anymore, before they get bored with it. Have them jumping and begging and asking you to do it 3 more times. That's the perfect time to quit, so that when you come back, it's fresh in their mind how exciting it was the last time you trained, not the last thing they remember was how boring the last time you trained was. And the amount of time they can learn is also much more limited, just like a developing child. A developing dog's the same way. The best advice I ever got was, and I pass it out all the time, some of you've probably heard me say this, is 1 minute of training time for every month old your dog is. So you bring an 8-week-old puppy in your house, Your training session should be, let's do the math, carry them on, 2 minutes long. Not 3, not 4, not 5. 2 minutes of training. Another hour, you can do 2 more minutes, but limit it. That's about the size of information that dog can process and deal with at a time before they're distracted about new smells and new sights and wanting to go play and needing to potty and do all those other things that puppies and eat, of course, all those things puppies want to do all the time. So the best advice is limit your time. Up to a year old, 1 minute long training session for every month old the dog is. So maybe I've missed the point. Maybe I've missed the point, and the question from some people really is it too soon for my dog to start taking classes? Well, that's a little bit more of a loaded question, and to wrap up, I'm going to spend just a minute on it here. The answer is you have to make that decision. It's not too soon on the learning curve for the dog. You are going to get all kinds of incredible learning opportunities if you bring that 8-week dog into a class and start teaching and training with it. That is absolutely goes without, almost without being said. We all know we want to train that dog as soon as possible, and that means getting into a class as soon as possible. But you have to assess the risk you're willing to take. You need to assess what's going on in your dog's life and their health and everything else. If you wait until your dog has had all its vaccines and the vet is ready to tell you that, yes, I'm going to certify that you've done everything possible to prevent this dog from catching any of the diseases that we can immunize the dog against, you are going to have missed many, many really valuable training windows that you should have been with that dog in a class. You should have been in a space with other dogs working, with a coach helping you out and learning there. My latest puppy, now she's almost 5 years old, got her on a Sunday, and I had her in class in here on Tuesday afternoon. And I got her at a day shy of 10 weeks old, so a day past 10 weeks old, she started her beginner puppy obedience class. One of the things I can tell you is that you want to look to go someplace where every dog that walks in the door is vetted, that somebody's checking the shot records and making sure every dog that walks in is up to date for their shot records, and somebody's paying attention and making sure every dog that walks in the door looks like it's healthy and cared for, and confronting people if they come in with a dog that blatantly looks like it needs any kind of medical attention. We're going to be that place. I'm not saying we're the only place like that, but we're going to be that place. We're going to check your dog's vaccination records, and we're going to check the vaccination record of every other dog who walks in the door of our facility. So it's going to be the safest place. You have to make the decision for you when it's soon enough to take the risk and when it's soon enough to have the protection you want. And I recommend you make that decision in consultation with your vet. But in the end, it's your decision, because your vet's decision is a lot of times going to be based on, don't get that dog anywhere until it's fully protected. But I'm going to say to you, consider the risks to the dog's well-being, its training, and its happiness over its lifetime if you wait too long to get into a class. So I strongly consider the side of the argument that says you should get the dog into class sooner rather than later. We're happy to continue this conversation with you. That decision is different for every person, every household, every puppy situation is a little bit different. We're happy to have that the conversation with you about that decision. Come on by, stop in, or give us a call on the phone, drop us a message. We'll reach back out to you and help you make that decision if you're still on the fence and wondering if it's too soon. But sooner rather than later, develop good habits before bad habits set in. Everybody, take care. And if you're wondering, do I have a dog who's too old? Do I have a dog that it's too late to start training? Well, I'll tell you really quickly, the answer to that question is no, it's not. But we'll talk about that more soon, so stay tuned. Bye-bye.